Hello, hello. This is Walking Testimony with another Kingdom Spouse Lyrical. So just gonna go ahead and give you guys a heads up. This word is specific. Word is very specific. It may be for one or two people. Please, 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 take me and this word back to the Lord, because it's not for everybody. This word is going to be for someone who has a kingdom spouse that married a foreign wife. He married this person, this counterfeit, and this is basically the ending of that relationship. The song is called, it's actually by Uncle Sam. It's called I Don't Ever Want to See You Again. Okay, so it goes, early one morning while you were asleep, I received a letter, but there was no addressee. So I paid it no mind. In fact, I wanted to send it back. But something that I was feeling said, open it. It said, dear reader, once a close friend of mine, hope that this letter finds you in time, because your love is ending and my life's just beginning with a woman that I know you hold dear to you. So the counterfeit was caught cheating, or cheating with someone close to your kingdom spouse. This may have been a friend, like a best friend to him. Probably so close that he might even consider this person to be like family. This friend told on the counterfeit he was feeling guilty. Okay. So the kingdom spouse said it made him want to say that he didn't ever want to see her again. He says, but I stuck by you till the end, and my conscience is clear, and I can move on from here, but I wish I could say the same for you, baby. So when the kingdom spouse says that he stuck by the counterfeit until the end, he's saying that because even when he knew she was already cheating, so he already had an inkling that she was cheating with other people or doing her thing on the low. And even when he went against his own conscience pretty much. Like he knew that she was doing her own thing. Even when it came down to you, like when he had that gut feeling like he had chose the wrong person and you might have been the one. Like if he ever had any type of inkling that you were that one, he disregarded it for her. Like he always just would shake it off and choose her. He kept choosing her, but this last betrayal, it was just like unforgivable. He gave that relationship his all against his better judgment. So yeah, when he says like, I can move on from here, she pretty much gave him an out. When he says his conscience is clear, like if he ever like played with the idea of like leaving her, even if he wasn't coming to you just to escape and leave her, you know what I'm saying? Like she gave him a reason, a legitimate reason, an out, to really cut all ties with her, and he can finally move on from her guilt free. But he wished that he could say the same for her. Like she will forever feel guilty for causing this ending, with this betrayal. He doesn't ever want to see her again. And he's wondering why, like, why did it have to be this particular person? Why did it have to be my best friend that you were messing around with? He said he didn't want to notice it. I don't know. Maybe he caught a few little stares here and there and tried to shrug it off between the two. He knew of her cheating with other people. He just never thought it would be with his friend, though. He says, I was true to my love for you. So, when he says I was true to my love for you, he did have love for her, or so what he thought was love. However, the truth is this particular counterfeit, and not all counterfeits are like this, but this particular situation, this particular counterfeit, this woman is a witch. She put this man under a love spell, and she had done it for a while. She had done it for many years. So he thought that he was in love with her, but he was being manipulated. He actually was you know, was under a love spell which manipulated his decision making. She of course did this secretly, and when I was, getting this message from the Lord, I saw the number 2244, and that in strong concordance it means secretly. So yeah, she was secretly doing this to this man, and even though she did all of this, because she was doing this and he was unaware of it, like, there had to be a divine intervention, and there was. Lord stepped in it. This witch didn't see this coming, this divine intervention coming, that caused this ending or the separation. The hand of God actually moved. Although she had cast a love spell on your kingdom spouse, she did not cast a spell on the best friend that she was cheating with. So this person's conscience was eating him up, which caused him to confess and expose the both of them. And also, this best friend may have possibly fell in love with her as well, but he honestly fell in love with her. He was not under any type of spell. This is just how he really was feeling. And so it says, it took me a minute to wake up and see. This is the kingdom spouse. It took me a minute to wake up and see what the love of my life was doing to me. So on that part right there, on that particular part right there, basically the kingdom spouse is saying it took him a minute to wake up from this spell. I don't really know if he knew he was under the spell, but he definitely knew that it took him a minute to wake up and realize who she really was. Okay, so, but she has, like I said, she's been consistently putting this man under a spell for years. She's just, because spells can wear off over time. So she's been consistent. Whatever she's been doing, it's been constant over the years to keep this man bound to her. He feels like, she made a fool of him because he put her on the throne. He bragged and he boasted about this woman. I mean, he probably, always compared, you two, to one another. He or try to make her seem like she was better than any other woman, that came around them. Like, he really put her on a pedestal, and it wasn't just to any woman. It was, when the men came around, he bragged about his woman. He bragged about this woman. And now he feels foolish. Okay, so the next part says, and when I tell you, I'm sorry, y'all, ain't nothing funny about what's going on, because this man is going through a heartbreak. Okay, and we all know how that feels. So it says, I wanted to lay down and die because my pride wouldn't let me cry. So on that part right there, your kingdom spouse may have considered suicide. So this is something you need to pray against. Suicide and depression, okay? You need to pray against that. He says, but somehow he knew he had to get over it. So that part where he says, but somehow he knew he had to get over it, he is shaking off the feeling of suicide and trying to remain strong. So also pray for strength, that the Father, replenish his strength. But he said he was able to overcome this feeling because, he basically was able to overcome the feeling of suicide because of the Father. The Father is with him. Our Father is with him in this time. He's turning to the Father for strength and guidance despite the hardship. This man probably was a man who was used to being in control of things, and now he feels defeated. You know what I'm saying? Like, he feels helpless. So it says, he said he couldn't get, I'm sorry, it says he said he couldn't understand until he felt your touch. So this is the best friend saying this to the kingdom spouse. Now he can see why I love you so much. And that's so unfair. So, like I said, the kingdom spouse may have bragged about the counterfeit to the best friend one time too many. And he may have even bragged about her sexually, you know. And now, you know, the best friend is saying now he can see why the kingdom spouse, you know, loved her so much because, you know, he experienced it. So, however, this is nothing really to brag about. This got Jezebel spirit written all over it. Like I said, this kingdom spouse never thought his friend, his best friend, would cross him, and he definitely never thought that the counterfeit would stoop this low. Like, even if she had cheated, she would like to even bring it this close to home. Like, he just never thought she would do that. So, yeah, the next line is, I never thought I'd have to share your love that I thought was given to only me. And that's why I don't ever want to see you again. He's like, I don't. But I stuck by you until the end. And my conscience is clear. And I can move on from here. But I wish I could say the same for you. And he repeats it. Like, he is so serious. Like, this man is so serious. Like, he's so hurt. There's no coming back from this. This is over. This is over. Like, she is literally being dethroned. There's no coming back from this. And it's because of how much he has invested, how much this man has done for her. Like, he gave her everything. Everything she ever wanted. He gave her everything. And like I said, he went against his better judgment. Even if he ever thought about you, felt that love for you, he always buried it for her. But it's making him feel ashamed of his decisions that he made. Because he thought so highly of her, and she treated him so bad. And really, it's given, you know, the tables have turned. And this is a very, very, very humbling experience for this man. So, you know, the next part is, and you say you love me. So now this is the kingdom spouse talking to the counterfeit. And you say you love me. Well, love must have been blind, because I sure didn't see this one coming. So, yeah, the scales have been removed, you know. He can now see. He see who she clearly is now. Yeah, he sees her for who she truly is now. And this man is heartbroken. This man is hurt. This man is beyond hurt. This is life-changing for him. He's invested a lot of years and a lot of time with this woman, and all for nothing. All for this. He gave her everything, like I said. So next the lyric says, like I said, I once was blind, but now I see. My best friend, huh? They say keep the ones you love close and your enemies even closer. But I can't win or lose you. Because the one that I thought, excuse me again. So, because he says, because the one that I thought was a friend to me ended up being my true enemy. Do we know the real pain you go through? Listen to me. I gave you everything, my love and my ring, and you violated me. When this man say violated, the way that he screams this in this song, I'm talking about he screamed this from his soul. You violated me. and I don't ever want to see you again. Like, so that's why I said that this was a counterfeit that your kingdom spouse married, because he gave her a ring. He gave his heart. He gave her a ring too. He put her on a throne, but she is being dethroned right now in this moment. And the only reason he gave her that ring, the only reason why he married her in the first place, of course, is because of the love spells that she put on this man. But because of the intervention, the spell has been broken. Because of God exposing the truth, placing it on the other person's heart, the friend's heart, to confess. That's what's causing this separation. It's the exposure. And this betrayal is causing the kingdom spouse to really go to God. He's, like I said, he's feeling defeated, like he has no one and has lost all control. This experience is truly humbling to him. He's praying about this situation to God. He don't know what to do besides just leave. Like, that's all he know to do, is to leave and pray. He like the Father, he's really sitting with the Father with this one. So, if this man reaches out to you, he may or may not. I don't really know, but if he does, or when he does, be gentle with him and his feelings. Continue to pray for his healing. Show grace and be a friend to him. Right now, because he don't really know who to trust. He's just been betrayed. And when you've been when it's fresh on you like that and you haven't been healed, you don't trust anybody. That's why he going to God. So be careful with the words that you choose when you talk to him, and your tone of voice, please. Do not boast or gloat about this situation, because heartbreak ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not. And remember how you felt when you went through it. You needed somebody. You needed God too, especially because this man was at a point of feeling suicidal, so be very, very careful with him, because that's God's son, just like you are his daughter, and he cares about both of you. But this relationship with this counterfeit, it's finally over. It's finally over. So continue to pray for your kingdom spouse, again, for strength, for protection. Plead the blood of Jesus over him and cover him. Make sure he has on the whole armor of God. Psalms 91, cover that man. Psalms 23, like, cover that man, because he needs it. You know what I'm saying? He needs it. If you are not talking to him, pray for him. If you are talking to him, pray for him. Just pray for him, okay? This was definitely a turnaround or a change of events. When I got this message, the Lord showed this to me in my dreams. He played the song as I was asleep, and then he woke me up. It was 9:59, and 9:59, when I heard the song, I was like, that ain't no good. That's a breakup song, God. And so I didn't really know how to take it, but then the Lord answered me right away and let me know what it was for. It wasn't for the kingdom spouses, it was the kingdom spouse breaking up with the counterfeit. And like a 9:59 in strong concordance means to despise. So he despises this person. And then the Lord also showed me 10:15, and 10:15 means completeness of judgment. this situation has been judged. This woman has been judged. So yeah, that's it. Definitely take this message, this lyrical, this situation back to the Father. Take me back to the Father and ask him if this is for you. But like I said, it's specific for maybe one or two people. Thank you guys for listening. Have a blessed night. Stay prayed up.